walked down the street and you saw a stranger or just an acquaintance and you went, "Hi," and then they said, "Hello," and then you went, "Hello," back? So what's going on when you said, "Hi"? You're anxious, aren't you? When we do that, we're frightened that they're going to think, "He's crazy," or "What does he want from me?" But how do kids greet strangers? "Hello, how are you?" No problem. They're in what I call original self-esteem, which isn't filled with this anxiety about, "I'm going to be judged." So, how much of your life is spent walking around anxious and tight and tense and tentative, like that "hello," because you're waiting to relax after people are nice to you or approve of you or you're successful, they think you're wonderful. So that's what this work is about. It's dealing with all of the ways in which you have this anxiety and this contraction that makes you tentative, because that tentativeness makes your life feel deflated, anxious, tight, tense. So if you want to be able to go into difficult conversations, difficult meetings, difficult social situations, if you want to be able to say no with energy and confidence, if you want to speak your mind truthfully and honestly, to be as you are and authentic, if you want to be able to deal with autocrats and bullies and pushy people and difficult people, if you want to be able to simply say that this is what you want from somebody or you don't like something, if you want to do that with confidence and energy and vitality, then this is the work for you. My name's Mark Kahn. I'm a clinical psychologist and management consultant. Been doing this work for 35 years. Nothing has inspired me more than this original self-esteem work. It's truly transformed my life and the lives of so many of my clients. And speaking of clients, one client said to me, she was going on a blind date and she emailed me afterwards. She said it was amazing the difference after using the self-esteem work. Beforehand, in the past, I would have gone, will he like me? How do I look? I hope I go down well here. I hope it works. I hope he's the right one. Now, she said, I thought, I wonder if I like him. I'll check him out, and if I don't, goodbye. Now that's internal power. And that's loving yourself. When we talk about loving ourselves, for me the most fundamental phrase in this work is, can you love yourself for no reason? Because if you have to have a good reason to love yourself, you'll shortly thereafter find a good reason not to. You know, that's how the mind works. We think that we need to acquire a whole bunch of approval or do a whole bunch of things, and then that makes us worthwhile, lovable. That's a disaster. That makes us victims of the outside. Children aren't like that. They just shine with light. This work is to connect you to that shining energy, that light that is inside of you. And I use psychological techniques. There's 16 modules with psychological techniques, over 3 hours of video, as well as meditative processes. The psychological processes help you to love yourself. The meditative processes help you to discover that you are love. So I see so many successful people, and they have high self-esteem until they get criticized and judged, and then they contract and they lose it. So I help them with this work to feel better, even when they're being criticized and judged. There's a wonderful piece of research that supports my original self-esteem versus acquired self-esteem model. They looked at 6-year-olds and looked at their self-esteem in doing new tasks, and 82% of them had high self-esteem. At 16, it had dropped from 82% to 18%. The culture, parenting, education beat it out of them. This work helps you to reconnect with that which you were before you learned to doubt yourself, and before you learned that self-esteem has to come from approval and success. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with approval and success. They're wonderful. But you'll enjoy them more if you feel good before you experience them. I'm just going to share one of the 16 modules here with you, a piece of that module. It's called, If Only One Thing Would Change, I Would Be Happy. You've thought that, yes? You know, you've got your inbox with 50, 100, 200 emails in it, and you only feel comfortable when it's finished? Well, you know, we do feel comfortable and relaxed when it's finished, but for how long? Half an hour? A day? We move to a new home, and we feel great in the new home until a whole bunch of new issues emerge. So original self-esteem is being able to feel good even when these things are not completed and are unfinished. So I'll help you to do that with these practical, simple techniques and some theory around them to support the techniques. If only this one thing would change, I'd be happy. It's a fantasy. I will help to connect you to reality, to discover that loving yourself is there, and you can bring that into the pressure and stress. If you're watching this on my homepage, click on the home study course to go to more information. If you're watching it on another media platform, just click on the link below and you'll get more information about it. Alternatively, you can email me at realmark@icon.co.za. I would love for you to join me in this work and experience something original and new about yourself.